Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another stream. Well, today I decided we'd start off a little bit differently. What we're going to do is we are going to check out a few of the features from the newest snapshot that just came out. I've tested them out in a world that I've already made before, but I've decided to make a whole new world and play around with them in here. But if you guys like, a bit later we can maybe hop into Hypixel and see what's going on there, and maybe some of you guys, if you want to play, can join me there. But for now, we're going to test out some of the snapshot features. So let's do so, shall we? And of course, the seed for the new world has to be a horribly spelled turtle, because why not? There we go. And we're going to do it in creative mode, just so we can fly around and have some fun and see what we can see. So it's preparing the spawn area. What awaits us? I can't wait to see all the new features in this game. Okay. So, we are not near an ocean, which I was hoping we would be. But we have quite an interesting spawn over here, as the world pops into view around us. Got a river, sunflowers, forest, and a ravine. Wow, okay. So this is actually and some horses right off the bat, some pigs. This is quite a nice spawn too, and a village right over there. This is an awesome seed, guys. not so great for our, in terms of us having ocean nearby to check out, but look at this. It's like a swamp village. Super fantastic. No blacksmith, unfortunately. Very small little village. Very interesting generation, though, right off the bat. And another thing that I've heard, I haven't quite seen for myself whether this is the case or not, but this snapshot's new terrain generation doesn't mess with the older terrain generation. So it doesn't create weird things, apparently. But this is a new world, and this is quite a strange little hole in the ground right over there. Okay, let us try and find an ocean so that we can start exploring some of the new features. We have some alpaca llama things over there and some cows. Let's see. Getting a bit of lag because we're streaming and generating new terrain at the same time, so there's a thing. Ah, look at that. It's quite strange. We're getting lots of new and interesting features over here that aren't supposed to be features, I don't think. At least we don't have upside down trees and stuff like that. That was happening in the last snapshot. So it looks like we're coming up to an ocean here, guys, and already we can see under the water we have the new blocks. Well, not new blocks, but the new grass. We have kelp here, guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm quickly going to get here some night vision. Let's just sip of this. There we go, and we can see underground. So yeah, so we can already start to see the new features here, guys. We've got the seagrass down here, we've got the kelp, we've got some squid over here, and if we hit them, they shoot out ink, which is actually a natural thing that squids do. And not ink as in the ink blocks, but actual ink. And look at that texture, guys. It's like staring into the depths of space. So yeah, look at that. That's pretty awesome. I think that's because of the water particles like going in front of the black ink. So that's very, very interesting. So we got these kelp over here, and we got the seagrass. So if you break the kelp, it actually breaks into a whole bunch of little kelp items, which float to the top. Yes, if we throw this potion of night vision, you can see that in water, the items actually float to the top now. So that's very, very interesting. And there's buoyancy. Now I don't know if that's like every item floats to the top, or if it's just like the lighter items. Let's see. Let's get something like an anvil, because then we can test both in its item form and its normal form what happens with it. So as an item, does it float to the top? Even though it should be like a very heavy block. Yep. So any item, regardless of what it is, has a slow ascent to the top. So that's interesting. Now, how does this work? Ah, it still sinks. Okay, and it still has the glitchy water physics around it. Now, I do know that in this new version, in the snapshot, things like slabs actually don't do that anymore underwater. Neither do stairs. But obviously, it's not fully implemented yet. And yes, you get to see my atrocious spelling over here. There we go. So let's get that. And you can see that stairs don't do that either. But what happens is if you do it near the surface, unfortunately it still has this sort of weird effect, even weirder now, because like you see the water layer there. It's quite strange. But underwater it's perfectly fine, and it doesn't do that. Fences and all of that still have the weird thing around it. So yeah, so this is pretty much what was added in terms of underwater plants and stuff. But if I go into F5 here and I swim around, you can see that I can actually swim. So swimming is now actually a thing. So this is pretty cool. That our player model is actually rendered as swimming. So this is not something that existed before, and adds a new sort of depth to the underwater world, I would say. It really gives you a sense of movement, makes swimming look really cool, doing the nice good old breaststroke there. And I think that's going to be really cool when you're in multiplayer on a server with a whole bunch of other people. Seeing them move around like that will be pretty awesome. So let's just stop there and get recontrol in creative here. And as you can see, the kelp and grass seems to be very extensive. When I first saw it, I thought it was going to be just in certain areas in the ocean, but maybe it's like all over the ocean, doesn't matter where you are. Also, if you want to grab some bone meal, so let's do that really quickly, and we head down to the ocean floor. Any patch of gravel or any patch of dirt or thing that's underwater, if you bone meal it, you get grass spawning. And this underwater grass is animated, as you can see, which is quite nice. I quite wish the actual grass up on the surface was animated as well, but this does make this grass quite unique. Gives a nice wave as you go by. The kelp as well is animated, and the kelp actually has a very interesting feature to it. If you collect enough of it and you smelt it up, so let's head for the surface somewhere, like over there. So let's just do some dolphin jumping here, why not? And let's make our way all the way to this little patch of land here, and then we can whip out a furnace. And down we go. Let's get a crafting table. Oh, okay. I believe if you put this in a block form... I am wrong. Okay, so we need a furnace. So let's put that there. Throw that in there. You can't cook slabs. Huh, interesting. You can cook other crafting tables though. So you can cook the kelp, and that will turn the kelp into dried kelp. Now if you get enough dried kelp together, so let's get some coal. And just put that into the furnace there. You get this dried kelp. Now what do you do with dried kelp? Well, you can eat it if you're in survival, I believe. But also, and let's just quickly go into survival. Do I have to put a capital? Really? Oh no, wait, I get so confused by this because it's changed. I'm used to doing game mode 3 and not having to worry about all this stuff, but that doesn't seem to work. Or game mode 1 or game mode 2 or whatever game mode I want. So anyway, you can eat this if you got hunger, so let's just run around for a bit and try and get some hunger going here. Just jumping up and down like a lunatic, trying to get some hunger going while we wait for this kelp to cook. Just throw those blocks of coal in there. Wait, what? Thank you. For some reason that did not want to cook. Okay, come on, some hunger would be nice. I wonder if it's only the fresh kelp that you can eat, or it's the dried kelp as well. So that's what we are trying to discover. But first, we need to get hungry. To get hungry, the best way to do that is to jump around. So let us try and do that. Let's try and take some damage as well, just because that will help absorb some hunger. I think you need a 3-block jump for that though, so let's just try and do that. Hup. Nope. Failed at that. Hup. There we go. Damage. Take my satiation. Yeah, there we go. You can eat the dried kelp. So that restores some hunger, and you eat it pretty quickly, but you need quite a lot of it. But it seems to be very readily available at the bottom of the ocean there, so running out of this stuff is not going to be an issue. And I wonder, can you plant it? Yeah, you can replant it. So this is going to be a very, very good early food source, and I can imagine in UHCs this is going to be a big game changer with people trying to not take damage from losing water to gather as much of this kelp as they can early game, so that they'll have quite a good food source early on. So let's just come over here, because if we put these in here, then We can keep cooking that up. But we have enough now to do this. And, is it a 4? Okay guys, I'm not entirely sure how to make this, but there is a block. So if we go back into game mode, creative for Mr. Thice, we can see here that we have a dried kelp block. Now as I said, I'm not entirely sure how to make this one, so I tried the normal crafting recipe and it doesn't work. So yeah, there we go. It's an interesting looking block indeed. Not entirely sure, like what would you use this for? The binding on it looks strange to me, like, I don't know. I'm sure people will find really interesting things to do with this, but at the moment I'm drawing a blank as to what exactly would be the purpose of such a block. Okay, so let's head over here, because the next little feature of this update is right here. So let's get ourselves an axe, and we come up to one of these trees and right click it, we can actually shave the bark off of it, which is really cool. It gives us a nice new texture to play with in terms of wood, and it gives us these blocks. Now, if we have a look, it is called a stripped wood block. So depending on what type of wood it is, it will be that particular wood, but as you can see, each one has a different shade depending on the type of wood it is. And we're fortunate to have two trees that are quite different right there. And let's head over to the birch forest over here just to have a look at how the birch wood looks once it is stripped of its essence. And let's bone meal this. This gravel does not get bone mealed. Okay. So yeah, this is the birch wood once it is stripped. And that's how the texture looks inside. It's very interesting. Nice new block to be able to use. Nice new texture to be able to use. Always great to have more textures for builds and stuff. Really opens up the creativity. And also, in terms of building, let's just go time set day. Time set day, I said. Thank you. Then we can have a look at the new slabs. So I believe they are the underwater slabs. So yeah, here we go. We got the prismarine stuff in terms of the slabs there, and we've also got the stairs for it, I believe. Yes, we do. Okay, so let's just swap this out so we can have a little look-see at them quickly. So we got the prismarine stairs over here. Yeah, I actually really like prismarine stairs. That would look really nice in a build somewhere. Like, it doesn't even have to be like the general useful prismarine. I mean, if we take this and some quartz, so let's put that. Oh my word, that looks so good. That really looks nice together. Like, imagine that in like a swimming pool or something. That looks really good together. So yeah, we've got that, and then we've got the dark prismarine stairs over here. And this could be quite nice and like, huh. Alrighty, I like it. And we've got just the standard, like, prismarine brick variant over here. Nice indeed. And then we've got the slabs. So this would be nice for floor patterns like this. Very nice indeed. So yeah, I really like how this is coming along, guys, and this will be nice for tiling in terms of stuff like that. If you want slightly larger steps like that. I really like these new additions. Slabs and stairs, guys. What we've been wanting for so long. As always, slabs and stairs are lovely. Now, along the beach areas, we should be able to find a certain mob, which I am hoping to find. I'm not too sure what causes them to spawn in at this time, or how their spawning works, so whether we will find them or not, I do not know. Look around for a bit more here, guys, just so that we can enjoy the terrain around us. Let's drink another potion of night vision, just so you guys can see into the ocean and see what it is like around here, now that we have the new grass and kelp in there. And let's see if we can find ourselves this new mob. If not, I'll spawn it in for us. It doesn't look like we're going to find it anytime soon, so let's go down on here and find ourselves our new mob. So yeah, guys, this is the new mob in the game. It is a turtle, and it is adorable. Look at this thing. It is such a lovely color of green too. Any of you guys that have watched my channel for a while, especially my Quest for All Biomes series, know that I love the color green. And this thing has an amazing color green. Hello, Mr. Turtle. Nice to meet you. Welcome to the game. Let's help you into the water there a bit, buddy. Because in the water, they become much more agile, as you can see. They become masters of their element. So yeah, you can swim along with the turtles now. That's so cool. Let's have a look under their shell. I actually haven't seen much about what's going on under the shell. Huh. Quite an interesting little change to the model over there. Heroes in a half shell going on there. So let's come back onto this beach here. Because turtles have another interesting feature. If you take 2 of them and you get some fish, which is called cod, I believe, now, not just fish. Yeah. And you can't feed them to them? Really? I'm pretty sure you could. I was doing this earlier. Alrighty, apparently I'm wrong. Oh no, they are baby turtles, but it's just not showing the animation. Anyway, these are baby turtles, and they are adorable. They are so cute. Let's get some turtle eggs here, because this is what's supposed to happen. They are supposed to make a really cool animation where they dig in the sand and they lay these babies. And these are turtle eggs, and they stack up to 4. And if you trample on them, they get destroyed, which I'm not going to do because I don't feel like destroying turtle eggs. It's as simple as that. But yeah, if you jump up and down on them a bunch, they get destroyed. And also, zombies and skeletons will come along in the night and try and stamp these guys out, which is horrible. So anyway, after a while, but that mimics in real life how hard a time these little guys have of getting to the ocean. They really, really have a hard time getting to the ocean, but once they're in the ocean, they are fine. So yeah, that's a pretty cool thing about turtles. It's nice that there's that interaction between the mobs and stuff, and if you want to save them, you can. And once the turtles hatch from these eggs, they actually drop turtle shells. Not turtle shells, but like shell fragments, I believe it's called, or something along those lines. Not entirely sure what it's called. Maybe it's under miscellaneous? Oh, here we go. Scoot, or however you pronounce that word, and that gives you this, which is a turtle shell. And you can put that on your head, and you get water breathing from that. So you can go underwater and breathe just fine for a while underwater. So that's a really cool feature. If you combine those into like a helmet shape. Also, if you brew it up, you can get a new potion, and that new potion is also turtle. The potion of the Turtle Master. So that gives you, if you drink it, slowness, which makes you incredibly slow, but also resistance, and quite a high level of resistance too. So you are definitely turtling, sucking up all that damage, absorbing it, and making sure that none of your friends get hurt. So that's a pretty cool thing there. And yeah, so that's pretty much all there is to turtles. And here's one on the beach again, come to say hi. So now we move on to the next little feature of the snapshot, which is a new weapon. And this weapon is the trident. And guys, I am so excited. I think this weapon is now officially going to become my main weapon. No jokes. This is going to replace the diamond sword for me, because look at this thing. It's awesome. You can throw it. But that is not all that there is to the trident, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, no, 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 no. Because we now have new enchantments. So let's just get mending on this guy, and riptide, and impaling. Alrighty, and we want to get our anvil going again. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hello. Okay. So let's drop this down, and then I'll go through what each of these new enchantments do. So obviously mending is not new, you guys know what that is, but just to show that you can put it on there. Riptide. Alrighty. Impaling. I missed a few because I think that. Okay, we need loyalty, and we need channeling. There we go. So now we can take our thing here, put channeling, and put loyalty on it. There we go. So now we have an amazing trident, which just disappeared into the ether. Hello? Oh no, here it is. It's just not showing the enchantment effect. Okay. But yeah, basically what you can do now is if you throw it, should come back to you. Yep, there we go. It's just I threw it really far there. But yeah, it's got like this magical rope, which makes it come back to you, which is super cool. It's loyal to you. So it's really effective underwater, because if you throw it underwater, you get the riptide effect. So that really shoots you forward quite fast in the water, which is really super cool. And let's see what happens if we shoot a squid. So yeah, that does the damage, and we can collect the item from it quite swiftly. So just one hit and it kills the squid, and that is thanks to the impaling feature. So whenever you come across a mob underwater, Trident is definitely, with impaling, the thing you want when you're going into ocean monuments to try and clear them out and get the sweet loot inside. So yeah, that's the thing. But it's got another interesting feature, because you can still use it out on land, and of course it comes back to you. We can make ourselves some bacon. Oh, I am terrible with my aim with it at the moment though. But yeah, and it's also a physical weapon, and it's a pretty good one as well, because it does 9 attack damage with each hit as a physical hit. So that is pretty decent. Alrighty, so with this now, if we make it a thunderstorm, so thunder, good. There we go. Now it is raining and thundering. So what do you think will happen, guys? We've got an enchantment called channeling, and if you know anything about lightning, you should never put a tall pole up in lightning, because it channels. So yeah, you can summon lightning now. That is not so good with the Riptide enchantment, because you get dragged towards whatever you shoot at. So that would not be ideal to shoot a lightning bolt at yourself. But yeah, basically you can shock things. But the main feature for this, the main thing it's going to be used for, I think, is to turn creepers like this one over here into charged creepers. If it didn't have a roof over its head, it would be lovely. There we go. Okay, so let's zap that guy. Yeah, and you saw for a second there before he died, he became a charged creeper, and basically if you can get him to explode, what that will give you is the ability to create mob heads. And this is a thing that has been very difficult to do in the game. You've had to get giant creeper farms and whatnot, but now whenever you see a creeper out in the wild with this, just throw this at them and you've got yourself a charged creeper. Once you have yourself a charged creeper, you can just get like something like this zombie over here. Just hit it once or twice. 3 times is too much because it kills it. I need another zombie. I need another zombie. Yeah, so you hit it once or twice, and then let's just hop on into survival, yeah? / game mode. Go into survival. Oh, he's come to say hi. We are gonna have to make a run for it. Yeah. Okay. So let's hope we can bring this guy into contact with that creeper. Oh, drat, missed. It's still going to be a challenge, but I'm sure people will be able to make farms of this much easier now. So let's see if we can do something here like this. Okay, 1. You, sir. And then... oh, gosh. Come back to me. Thank you. Okay, so have we... yeah, we've got our charged creeper. Let's not die. So let's go underwater here quickly. Whew, okay. And then go game mode creative. Nice. Alrighty. And let's see, did we manage to get ahead? No, we did not. I'm terrible at this. Oh well, it works, guys. It works. Just trust me on this. I'm not going to risk my life once again. But yeah. And last but not least, we have what my friend has deemed the Majestic Flap Flap. Now, what the Majestic Flap Flap is the Phantom. Now, these are very, very interesting because they actually attack you if you haven't been sleeping enough. They spawn in and they start to attack you. And so, let's spawn one here. And as you can see, it looks very derpy at the moment, because if you spawn it on the ground, it just goes straight into the ground and face palms. So, that's not a very good introduction to something called the Majestic Flap Flap. Because, yeah, it's doing a little dance for us, guys. Yep, I do not believe that that's the effect it should have. No, what it should be doing is something along these lines. So there we go. As you can see, it soars through the sky, and let's just set it to day. There we go, and you can see them flying through the sky, and they've actually got quite a nice little flight animation here when they're not trapped on the ground like they are down there. And the wolf was just killing its prey there. So yeah, they have a nice little animation over here, and they leave little particles behind them, which is pretty cool. And they have Enderman-like heads. Like little bats, basically, but just changed a bit. They fly quite well, but just don't spawn them on the ground, like I said. Also, if you've got consoles, commands, they do have the ability to have their size edited, so you can spawn them to be quite large indeed. It's very intimidatingly large. So, I think that's about it for the snapshot, guys. All the new features, all the new things of interest. But what happens if you spawn them underwater? Let's see. So let's jump into the water over here, but before we do, let's have our portion of night vision. Hop down into the water and spawn ourselves some phantoms. Alrighty. So now we can see that they swim through the water almost as easily as they swim through the sky, which is pretty cool, because it's almost as if they are manta rays, which is a nice thing. So yeah, they're quite nice mobs to have actually in the water like this. Unfortunately, they do take drowning damage apparently, which is not ideal. Guys, you can fly, so you can just fly up, you know, and you'll be fine, but I guess not. And they drop leather on death, which is quite a strange thing actually. Like, I guess you could make a leather farm? I don't know how, but yeah. So, leather is a thing. It's quite strange that they drop leather of all things on death. Alrighty, well, tons of leathers floating up. Oh, guys, I almost forgot a feature. Oh my gosh. So, there is another thing here. Ugh. Here we go, let's grab some of these. And some of that. So, if we take this, we can come here and make jet bubbles appear, basically. So let's do so. There we go. Now, this works for both soul sand and magma cubes. However, they have different effects. So let's quickly just put this here. So with soul, I think this should be the other way around, but I don't know, maybe this is right. But so as you can see, the bubbles are coming downwards for the magma blocks, and the bubbles are going upwards for the soul sand. Now what this does is if you go into the current here, you get pushed up. Which is pretty cool, and you actually get shot up and bounced quite a bit. But here, for the magma blocks, you get dropped down. So it's like a little vortex that pulls you downwards. So it's pretty cool. And of course, if you were in survival, you would take damage. So I really like this, and the idea is that these will spawn naturally in the world. So that's pretty cool. I don't know if the soul sand will, because that will be taking a feature away from the nether if that's the case. Huh, that's interesting thought. So let's get a boat, and a cha-cha boat, because why not? And put this down. Then, let's come over this here. And as you can see, the boat begins to rock violently. Now, I'm not too sure. I think this is the bubbly upwards one. So we can be fine here. If we get out of the boat, it actually like launches the boat into the sky at the moment, which is so awesome. I think that's hilarious. So yeah, we get a bouncy boat, basically. But if you're in the boat, it doesn't bounce. It just rocks violently. However, if you come over one of these, it shakes, and then you drop. So you've lost your boat, basically, at this point. It gets sunk to the bottom of the ocean. So that's also another little cool thing. You want to be careful of those if you are going around. It's flying boats. I wonder if it does that if another mob is within the boat. Let us see. Mr. Zombie, will you kindly get in the boat with me? You want to take a trip with me, Mr. Zombie? No? Yes? Maybe? Doesn't appear the zombie wants to come with us. Unfortunately. You want to come? Get in the boat? No? Yes? No? Okay. Zombie doesn't want to be in the boat with us. So unfortunately we can't test this out. It would have been fun to see. What we can do though is do this. Flying zombies! Woo! And then of course if we spawn them here, they should get dragged down towards the magma blocks there. And then they should start taking damage if they touch it. Yeah? No? Oh, there we go. Now it's working. So yeah, that's an interesting way to make a mob trap, I guess. If you can get some mobs into a patch of water and just drag them down to the depths where they will start taking damage. So that's pretty cool. And we've got a whole lot of leather floating on the surface of the water here now, from the majestic flaps that perished under the water. So let us, now that we've checked out all the features, some very exciting features, and I can't wait to see... Ah, now they're in the boats! And it works! We've got flying zombies, guys, in the boats! For some reason it just doesn't work with the players, but it works with the thing. So this is a real zombie party right now. Oh, this is so cool. That's awesome. Okay, so yeah guys, now that we've checked out all the new features in the new snapshot, let's hop into Hypixel, shall we? Alrighty, so just gonna go into Hypixel here. Ooh. And for some reason I'm immediately in limbo. Alrighty, so just gonna go into Hypixel here. Okay, let's just log out and log back in really quickly. Huh. Oh, there we go. Oh, almost. Yes. No, maybe. Can we make it to the lobby, guys? Or will we be stuck in endless glitchiness? Ah, we are here. We are in the lobby. Oh. No, we are in limbo. Not entirely sure what is happening here, guys. Which is really unfortunate, because I would really like to play some Hypixel right now. Alrighty, the lighting's quite strange, but yeah. Let's see if we can do something. Let's go into Bed Wars. I do not know what is happening right now with the sky. This is really strange. Okay. Day, night. Day, night. It can't make up its mind. Let us head into singles for now. So if you guys want to join me, just send me a friend invite or let me know your name in chat, and you can join me. We can play together some Hypixels. But like I was saying, for now, I'm not entirely sure quite what is happening here. It doesn't know whether it's night or day. Which is weird indeed. Giving a sort of flashing effect, which I can imagine is not too pleasant to look at on stream. And it's persisting into the map. Huh. Okay guys, let me try and disconnect one more time and reconnect. Maybe that will sort it out. Nope, it is still doing it. Okay. Yeah, so it looks like we won't be able to do this today, unfortunately, guys. Which really sucks. I don't want to submit... Like, I know some people have epilepsy and stuff like that, so... Yeah, and I'm just getting kicked from it anyway. Yeah. Apparently I was AFK. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure what is happening. Why... Okay, now it's just night. This is really weird. So if I go into Bed Wars now. Oh, no, okay. Like I was saying, I know some people have epilepsy and this flashing could be dangerous for them if they come upon it unawares. I don't want to risk that, so yeah, I'm going to end the stream now, guys. Thank you guys very much for watching. At least we got to check out some of the new features. And thank you for your continued patronage on this channel. Thanks very much, guys. As always, my name is Hypixel. For now, good night. God bless.